U.S Daily News a news channel on YouTube? Or is it a fake news channel? Let's take a closer look at that. First of all, I want to thank all my patrons, members, donors and subscribers. All of you are important for me. Thank you very much. The channel U.S Daily News posts several news videos a day, right now mostly about the ongoing war. In the channel description you can read this, among other things. The first mission of a YouTube channel is to tell the truth as nearly as the truth may be ascertained. The channel shall tell all the truth so far as it can learn it, considering the important affairs of America and the world. That was a short bit of their presentation. But do they tell the truth? I have looked at many of their videos, but in this I chosen one in a subject I'm very familiar with. The video is titled Swedish jet flying over the Russian border. If it's true, it's a big news and a very serious action from Sweden. Let's have a look at this video.
Welcome to U.S. Daily News YouTube channel. We have left a month behind with intense clashes in Ukraine, and Russia could not get what it wanted due to the strong resistance of the Ukrainian army, and it seems that Russia's first plan failed. On the other hand, Russia seems helpless against the Swedish Air Force's operations against Russian airspace in the Baltics. Sweden gives the biggest reaction to Russia and a big support to Ukraine. Sweden has doubled its army capacity against Russian reckless aggression.
Sweden was one of the first countries sending help to Ukraine. We did send humanitarian help and weapons and military equipment. That was a quite unusual happening because Sweden is neutral. We don't belong to any military alliance and we haven't sent any weapons to a country in war since 1939 when Russia invaded Finland. Sweden have not doubled our army capacity. How could we do that so fast? You have no sources for that. That's a pure lie. And the nonsense about Russia having problem guarding their borders against Sweden, that's pure bullshit. Sweden is on international airspace with our airplanes and our navy is on international water guarding Sweden.
Increased security on the island of Gotland and aims to consolidate Baltic Sea dominance.
When Russia started to send troops to the borders of Ukraine and to Belarus, Sweden sent more troops and more equipment to our own island, Gotland. And how many troops and what equipment, it's a military secret. But in this video it sounds like we have a goal to be a dominant force in the Baltic Sea. Sweden isn't an aggressor. The purpose is to defend Sweden. We are the country with the longest shoreline against a Baltic Sea. And if you look at Gotland, it's about 200 kilometers from the Russian naval base Kaliningrad, and they have a big military airfields there too.
It is also deploying warplanes to the Belarus border while sending a huge military aid package to Ukraine. In addition, Sweden, which is not a NATO country, participates in joint operations with the NATO Air Force.
Sweden have for a very long time trained military with other nations, with NATO and mostly with our neighbor Finland. They are not in NATO either. And for instance, last weeks it have been a big NATO exercise in the northern of Norway with 35,000 NATO soldiers. In this exercise, Sweden was a part and Finland was a part. And that we have been in those drills for many years. That we are training together with NATO sometimes, with Finland sometimes, and so on. That's no news, and it have nothing to do with this war.
Earlier today, at least 11 NATO and Swedish ISR aircraft made sorties over Europe and over the Russian borders.
If Swedish and NATO warplanes would cross the Russian border, Russia would see that a declaration of war. And this haven't happened, you have no source, is a pure lie. But some weeks ago, 2 Russian fighter jets and 2 attack planes crossed the Swedish border. And here you have a picture on it from the Swedish Defense Force. It was taken from a Swedish U.S Gripen fighter.
Swedish ISR aircraft focused especially on Russia's Kaliningrad region and the Baltic Sea and appeared within Russian borders.
Sweden's signal reconnaissance airplanes are patrolling the Baltic Sea. Not only now, it's common, but the difference now is that they always have their transponders switched on, so Russia can see that we are out there. But they never crosses the border. This image is from Flight Radar 24, and here you can see a typical pattern for that aircraft. They are in international airspace, close to Russian airspace.
U.S. Air Force RC-135Ws focused on the Baltic Sea, Poland, Ukraine and Belarusian airspace, while U.S. Army RC-12Xs focused on Belarus, Kaliningrad and Russia's western military region.
In this part of his video he shows a screen capture from Flight Radar 24. The fact is that this plane, the signal reconnaissance plane, the Swedish one, have been in Poland every day for 1 week and have flown close to the Belarusian and the Ukrainian border, and they are collecting radio signal, radar signals and so on. This is not an armed plane, it's only doing research, and this is a part of knowing what Russia is doing, and I'm quite sure that Ukraine get information too. You can see here in the flight pattern it started in Linköping in Sweden, and here it's approaching Belarus and Ukrainian border, and then it makes a pattern like the one I showed before outside Kaliningrad. It have never crossed a Russian border. That would be considered a war action from Russia, and it would be quite stupid to cross a border with the transponder sending out signals so everyone can see it online. Oh dear. I don't know who's behind this channel, if it's a teenager sitting in his mother's basement, or is it a Russian state-controlled person or organization. I have no idea. But after looking at a lot of videos from this channel, I know this channel have no knowledge in military things, and it don't fact check anything. So I can't tell if this is deliberate fake news, or just a bad content creator. The big problem with this in the time of war is that this video, for instance, could be used from Russia as a proof that Sweden is an aggressor against Russia, which is not true at all. So please, if you're looking on videos about the ongoing terrible war in Ukraine, check your facts before you believe in the videos. As some of you already know, this wasn't the video I planned for today, but I thought this topic was so important. As you all know, Ukraine and the crisis is close to me. So once again, thank you all that helps me help Ukraine. If you want to help, look in the description of this video. I will be back tomorrow with a video about GPS jamming. See you then, have a nice day, bye.